Margot, oh, thank you. Okay, so in terms of the MBAN program journey, we'll spend a little bit of time just looking at the program structure as well as the schedule, starting with a big picture overview. And so, as you may know, the MBAN has 5 periods. So each period you'll be taking 4 courses concurrently. And each period is 5 weeks in length. So 5 weeks of in-class sessions and then followed by 1 week of exams and final deliverables. So the program is a combination of business, operations, and marketing courses to prepare you for your future career using both technical skills as well as ensuring that you're keeping the big picture of business recommendations in mind. And so these courses have been specifically chosen to be taken within the cohort model. So what that means is um, your entire program and all the courses that you'll be taking with the same classmates. And so this is a great way to get to know your peers on a very deep level, as well as learn from each other. You can find, so if you're interested in terms of the courses that you'll be taking this coming year, you can find a detailed version of the courses and when they will be offered in your Canvas program site under course content schedule. So I think a couple of weeks ago, we had sent an announcement that your program schedule was available. So please check it out if you haven't done so already. So most of your courses will fall within a period, so what between periods 1 to 5, but there are some exceptions. So the first one being BA 520, which is your career development course. So that one will run throughout periods 1 to 5, and that one is also taught by the Business Career Center. So the course will give you, foundations in terms of your career pieces and give you the tools and resources to help manage where you want to go in terms of your career. The other exception is business immersion. So business immersion, as some of you may know, if you took a look at the program schedule, it's a 1 week course. So for this year, it will be from December 6th to 10th. It's a 1 week course that will provide you with some business foundation concepts, but of course within the context and applications of business analytics. And then last but not least, we have the internship. And so I know many of you are curious about the internship, and some of you may have even attended the career information session that we hosted last week, where we shared a bit more about the internship. So right here, I'm just going to give you a very, very high level, but don't worry, we are going to do an information session specifically around internships this fall. So you have more information in terms of what the requirements are, the duration, and the expectations for the MBAN internship. But regardless, again, know that we will be there to support you for the internship. But of course, we also expect your full partnership to apply for opportunities as well as tap into your networks. So here's a quick snapshot of the dates and periods. Again, you can find the same information in the program overview schedule by visiting Canvas, program content, program overview. And in terms of your exam schedule, typically we will post that information for each period around the first 2 weeks at the start of the period. And then one thing that is not included here is your holiday break, which is from December 13th to January 3rd. So that's about 3 weeks of break. Okay, so here I wanted to share, some tips for success, and these things were based from previous cohorts. And first and foremost is supporting each other. So whether it's setting study groups or checking in with each other, one of the best parts of the program is your cohort community. So I would really encourage you to reach out to your peers, Especially if you are struggling, you can reach out. But of course, you can also reach out to me to book an appointment, and we can, discuss further if whenever you are struggling, or if you are, or if there are any challenges. The other important aspect that I would recommend is your time management skills. So, as the program is quite rigorous and it's quite intensive, and so being able to stay organized and on top of the different courses and the assignments will be an important part in terms of your success. And also know that you might not be able to be a perfectionist, right? So if an assignment is, let's say, worth 5%, consider putting in less time and effort than maybe an assignment worth 15%. So prioritizing and managing your time during this program will be important. And then kind of related to that is realistic expectations. So one of the things you may need is to readjust your grading expectations depending on where you have studied previously. So 90% and above grades are quite rare. And 80% is typically about the average, and sometimes it will be less depending on the course. Classroom norms. So, one of the things that I would really encourage you to do is don't wait to be called on to speak, and make sure that you're prepared, and for every class that you're in. All of you have great experience and have things that you can contribute, and so and that really creates a very rich learning environment for you as well as your peers. So make sure that you're taking turns, you're not monopolizing the conversations, and that you're engaged when you're in the classroom setting. Teamwork. So teamwork and group projects will play a big part in your MBAN program journey. And so there is going to be, and there will be, a great deal of teamwork and group work involved. And so make sure you come prepared to every meeting. This is a great way for you to, get to know your peers, get to learn from them. And I would also encourage you, especially if the opportunity comes where you're able to pick your own groups, is try and work with, people that you may not have had the chance yet to work with. Dress code. So dress code, you are welcome to wear casual dress for classes. I know we received some questions around this, but keep in mind that depending on the circumstance, or you may have presentations that you need to do, you may it would be recommended to wear business casual or business formal, but of course your instructors and we will give you a heads up on what the expectations are for this. And then lastly, make the most of this opportunity. So it is a one-year program, but it will go by quickly. And so, take the time to, value the experience and to savor the moments of your journey. Okay. So yes, the program is gonna be quite intensive, but there are going to be a lot of resources to support and help you through all the ups and downs. So know that you are not alone. If you are struggling, please reach out to me as early as possible so we can work together on a solution. So here, this isn't an exhaustive list of all the resources that are available to you as a UBC student. So, but we just wanted to highlight a few here. And if you're interested to learn more about the other resources that are available, we can also chat offline. So the first one I want to mention, of course, is student advising and support. So of course, you can reach out to me. You can also reach out to our general email, askmban at sauder.ubc.ca if you have any queries, or if you want to connect. And especially if you do find that you are struggling, please reach out again to us as early as possible. We encourage you to be as proactive and responsible as possible. And so in addition to myself here at the Robert H. Lee Graduate School. Of course, you also have the support of the Business Career Center as well as faculty, right? So your instructors, especially with your instructors, definitely attend their office hours. They're a great resource there to have and also to connect with. Center for Accessibility. So the center works with the university to create an inclusive learning environment. So if you do have any particular learning accommodations or special needs, let me know and we can work with them to get what you need. We also have the UBC Student Assistance Program and Counseling Service. So the UBC Student Assistant Program is a free 24/7 wellness center for students. So services include personal counseling, life coaching, group programs based on your needs. And so if you need support in terms of like your mental, emotional, physical, or financial health, you can reach out to them. And of course, there's also UBC counseling services. There's information and links to these services are available to you under the resources tab in your Canvas program site. Canaccord Learning Commons. So Canaccord Learning Commons provides academic tech support, as well as writing and presentation coaching and research help. So again, more details can be found under the resources tab. You will also learn more about what the Canaccord Learning Commons offers actually at your next coffee chat. So again, we'll share more a little bit later. And then last but not least, we have international student support. So as you know, we do have a very large international student group here for MBAN, and this provides a great opportunity to learn from each other. Specifically, the International Student Advising Team is available for any questions about study permits and general support for international students. So again, you can reach out to them or you can come talk to me for any queries, and we can help you out. Okay, let's see. All right. So I've talked a lot about, the different resources and support that are available to you. But one of the biggest support systems that you have during the program is each other. So you'll naturally form friendships and support systems with your classmates. And additionally, you'll have the MBAN Student Society who supports your cohort specifically. I'll be providing more information on the Student Society in a separate info session, and there'll be also information shared with you in Canvas in a future date. But for now, I just wanted to share the importance of the MBAN Student Society and how it will serve you during your program journey. So the MBAN Student Society elects 6 MBAN students who will represent you in various roles, so including the president, VP Internal, VP Careers, VP Events, VP Health and Wellness, and VP International. And so they work closely with us and with the Business Career Center to raise your voice. And they will listen to all of you, but of course may have to make informed decisions based on the majority. And they also will work with your instructors to communicate, what's working well in class and what could be improved. And so, and the society will also be helping to build community amongst all the MBAN students to ensure that your 12 months together are the best that they can be professionally, academically, and socially. So if any of you are interested in running, I would encourage you to do so. It's a great opportunity for personal growth and leadership development. All right, so I have talked quite a bit. So now I will open up for questions. So if you do have questions, please use the hand raise feature and I'll call on you to ask your question. Oh, can also use the chat if you don't want to necessarily raise your hand. Okay. Assuming so Lisa wrote, out of your experience, what is the time commitment for the student society? Oh, that's a very good question. So, so in terms of the student society, there will be, per period meetings with both the our office as well as the business career office, and then pending on the society, some will do weekly or bi-weekly meetings, to connect, plan events, and then of course there will be events that are planned kind of throughout. And so I would anticipate potentially 5 to 10 hours of commitment a week. And this will also depend on the role as well, but I would say 5 to 10 hours a week. And I heard, Margot, yes, did you want to add something?
Yeah, no, just saying we have a question from Liji as well.
Thank you. So Liji's asking, just to double check, graduation on the schedule means the ceremony, not the program end time. Right, correct. So the program completion time will be around August, so that's when you'll formally finish your internship, and then graduation in November will be the ceremony. Great question. And it's okay if you don't have questions now. I'm available at any point if something comes to your mind, and so you can reach out. Okay, I'm just gonna wait like 10 more seconds. I feel you might all be eager to get to know each other, and that's okay. It's a good thing. Online or in person. So right now, in terms of, as you know, you all got the email about UBC returning to an in-person, or just returning to campus, so things will be in person. At this time, we are planning for that in-person return, and so you can expect classes to be in person. But of course, things may happen, things may shift, but we will definitely keep you informed. But as per, with UBC and everything that's going on, we are planning for a return to campus.
Mason has a question.
Oh.
Has their hand up.
Oh, sorry. Okay, go for it.
Thank you, Marla. Hello, everyone. I had a question about this business immersion period that you talked about. Could you please elaborate more about it?
So the business immersion, it's very different than your other courses. So as I mentioned, it's a 1-week boot camp, if you will. And so what happens is that 1 week you're basically in classes from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And there will be various topics that are covered during this particular course. So this year we did a little bit of HR analytics, strategy, accounting, and all of that was incorporated with the lens of business analytics. And so you'll essentially, these topics are covered to complement the rest of your courses. You'll have an opportunity to work in groups and to come up with a solution for a potential case using analytics. But of course, the outline isn't finalized yet, so things might change. But it's just really an opportunity for you to kind of be more immersed in the business side of things. But of course, with the context of the data and the analytics component. It'll be fun.
Thank you.
Yeah, it'll be fast and intense, but it'll be a fun week.
Thank you.
And we have another question from Liji in the chat. It
Mhm.
says, so I assume the in-person class will start immediately in September. What about opening week?
Yeah. So the plan right now is that classes will start in person with in starting in period 1. Opening week, I think all of you may have received an email from us that it will be kind of a mix of in-person / online. And so those details are still yet to be finalized. And then we will definitely share more once things will be finalized, but that is the plan right now.
And in the chat, we have a question from Lisa. Will there be an opportunity to connect / network with alumni?
Yes, I think so throughout the program, there will be an opportunity to connect and network with the alumni. Just to give you an example, with opening week, we are hoping to invite some alumni for you to meet and connect with and learn about their career journeys, as well as their experience in the MBAN program, and then as well in the academic year, there's usually an annual alumni mixer, if you will, for MBAN alumni to connect with current students. So stay tuned for that. Okay, so is there guidance for laptop specifications for MBAN classes? So if in the MBAN campus site under resources, there is information around computer requirements for both Mac and PC. So I would encourage you to check, review that, as those are kind of the basic or foundation or minimum requirements, if you will. But if you have further questions, feel free to reach out to me. And then another question, will there be hackathons or external contests? If possible, when will it happen? So yes, so there will be some type of hackathon or contest, during the MBAN program. We haven't yet finalize when it will be, but we'll definitely give you a heads up in terms of when it will be taking place. In past years, these hackathons or contests have taken place outside of the period, so know that it won't conflict with your courses. All right. Just gonna pause here. Want to make sure that you have time for breakout rooms. So I'm just gonna do a final check to see if there's any hands raised. Things in the chat. Nope. Okay. Margot, feel free to stop recording.